friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and Callie and I are here today to talk to you about a book that we're really excited about, especially because it really caught us off guard. So this is a book that I was not hearing a lot of buzz about, not hearing a lot of hype, and it took me by surprise. I read it on a whim because it looked really interesting, and I absolutely loved it. And now I can't stop talking about it, I can't stop thinking about it, and I'm hoping that it might be something that you are interested in as well. So, what book is that I'm talking about? It is the Chandler Legacies, and this is by Abdi Nazemian, the Chandler Legacies. So if you're like me, then you might be obsessed with dark academia stories. I love that subgenre so much. I can't get enough of it. And this book falls under that category. It's about a private elite boarding school. Now, there isn't any supernatural aspects to it. I know a lot of times in dark academia there can be ghosts or something like that, but there is corruption. So it's a realistic contemporary story, and it has to do with these 5 students at this prestigious school. So you've got Beth, who is there on a scholarship, and she's a townie. She lives in the town that the school is in, grew up there, doesn't really feel like she belongs at the school. Like I said, she's a scholarship student. Everybody else is kind of like, you know, rich and moneyed and used to this privilege that she is not used to, so she's feeling very unsure of herself. You've got Sarah, a girl who's there who has a host of issues that she keeps under wraps, but that become unraveled throughout the story. You've got Freddie, who is a senior athlete who is really not sure if he wants to continue with this athletics throughout the rest of his, career. Does he want to do something else? He's been doing this athletic stuff for as long as he can remember. He's not sure how he feels about it. You've got Priya, whose nickname is Spence, who is a star. She loves acting. She's always been in all the plays. And you've got Ramin, who is a new student coming in, living in one of the boys' dormitories. Now, these 5 students don't seem like they have a lot in common, but they do end up having something in common because they are all selected to be a part of this really close-knit writing circle that you have to apply for with like this letter and with a writing sample, and the professor who teaches it is very select on who she picks. So these 5 students are the ones that are in this writing circle. They are people that don't really necessarily would mix with each other normally. In fact, even Sarah and Beth were previously, in the previous year, roommates, and they had some friction between them then. But because of the writing prompts that this teacher gives them, and because of the assignments, they're all working together, writing together, and learning about each other and their own experiences. And they find out there is a lot of corrupt things going on in this school. Things as bad as bullying. Ramin is experiencing this terrible hazing, bullying situation in his dormitory. But there's also sexual misconduct from some of the teachers. And there's just all this corruption brewing under the surface of the school, that now these students that are in this writing circle, they're hearing about each other's stories and experiences, have to try to decide, do they leave it alone? What do? Do they try to uproot this corruption? Do they try to fix it? What can they do aside from being there for each other? This story was really awesome. Like I said, it totally blew me away. I was not expecting it at all. I love school stories that are set at private schools. That's kind of my jam, especially when it's like a dark academia book like this. So I was excited to read it, but each chapter goes back and forth between each one of these students' points of view, which might sound like it could get a little confusing, but it doesn't, because everybody has their own distinct voice and their own distinct experience. I really loved seeing everybody grow into each other's, into their own friendships with each other and their relationships with each other. It's just amazing. They all grow stronger because of it. So also there's the writing aspect too. So there's a lot of really good writing prompts that this teacher has given the students in this that I even thought about, like, that might be something I'd like to work on because I like to write as well. So there's the whole writing aspect of it also. So if you really like stories about school, about friendship, about corrupt institutions that they have to try to fix. This is a really amazing story. I highly, highly recommend it. Like I said, it totally took me by surprise. I was not expecting to love this as much as I did. But it's one of those books that you think about a lot even after, right? So you think about a lot of the bullying experiences, a lot of the sexual harassment experiences, and you think about how it relates to the real world or even maybe your own experience with things. So this is a really great book. I highly recommend it. And also read, if you do read it, read the afterword by the author as well, because he's got a really good author's note that talks about some of the stuff in this book and why he wrote about it. It's a wonderful story. Absolutely fantastic. The Chandler Legacies. Well, that's what we've got for you today. I hope that this book sounds really engaging and entertaining, just like how I found it. If so, please feel free to come and get it from Farmington Community Library. Also, please give this video a like, and thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day.